Okay, another guy, kind of like Coleman, who I don't think will probably be there, but I was doing a lot of these mocks. He was there a lot. So, that's why I was like, all right, well, he's there a lot. I'm going to choose him. Excuse me if I butcher his name a bit. I try to do, look it up. Ruke Orhorhoro. And he said it was like row, row, row your boat. So, hey, that's an easy way to remember it, man.
Yeah.
Player comp, Matabike. Also not a bad guy to have be comp to. 6'3", 6'4", about 300 pounds, can play D end, can play D tackle. They say can play all around and multi schemes and a lot of different techniques along the front four. Pound for pound, call one of the stronger DLs. Solid run defender, slightly shorter arms, but he's someone you could start next to CJ. He could terrorize single coverage. Put him at D end when we need fresh bodies out there ready to rush. I think he can be someone, especially I went a lot versatility. I wanted to go for versatility for my draft. So he's someone you could put in a lot of different fronts and just teach. I mean, they say he's just really raw and pass rush. He relies mostly on his brute strength and quick feet and strong hands. But they say once you give him more of a repertoire, a pass rushing repertoire, he could just be an impactful starter on your team for years to come.
Yeah. I watched this guy, and that's the thing about it, because he has the versatility, like you said, inside and out. All the time, man, we look at the guys in that orange from Clemson, man, you know they're going to be ballers. That's what I look at. They're always going to get guys that can play football. But he shows flashes of it. Like you said, very strong. I like him. Does he? No, it wouldn't be that. I was going to say, does he still give you some of that, the same of like at Warrenton, right? Of that, are you getting a little bit more of the same? Is kind of my thought, right? We look at playing D tackle, defensive end. Certain number of guys can do it and do it well, right? Then you could be in that boat where you're trying to do both and you're not really good at either one of them. Okay, but you're a solid guy. But I mean, he's a hulking figure. You can see.
Yeah,
sucker right there, man. He looked like he'll run through a brick wall. But I see some of his highlights, man. He looks good. I think it's a good pick. I think it's a really good pick.
He's huge.
Yeah.
When he said it, he's enormous.
He's a man. He's a D lineman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think JD and I are in agreement as far if we're getting a D lineman in the first 3 rounds, a D tackle. I mean, I think that just I don't even care who it is, as long as it's a premier D tackle, one of these guys we've mentioned. I love that because that means they're honing in on this, giving Chris Jones some help, and that's something that JD and I've been talking about for like 3 or 4 years now.
Plus, I've gotten away from guys that can I got away from the guys that can eat up double teams in their scouting report because we don't need that. We all know who's going to be double teamed on our D line, and it's certainly not going to be a rookie who's coming in. It's Chris Jones, time in, time out. So I want a guy. I've been looking at guys who just dominate single coverage. You dominate one guy in front of you. That's pretty much all you need on our team because you're going to get it every time now.
Yeah.
And looking at it, looks like Ruke is from Lagos, Nigeria.
He's Nigerian.
Emigrated when he was 8 years old to the United States. If we were to get a guy like this, Nadi is Nigerian as well. He was born in Virginia Beach, but he's Nigerian descent. But he's very, very proud of his heritage and stuff. So that I'm sure he speaks. Now, I don't know if he speaks the language, but that's a great guy right there to have as like a kind of like a someone from your country in the same position as well. That's pretty sweet. That'd be pretty cool. And I don't know if we still have Kehinde Ogini, the guy from the Pathway program from 2022. I don't know if he's still on the team anymore, but
oh no. See, he could be at one of those like the UFL. He could be one of those guys probably in there. Maybe throwing him in and say, hey man, get some work over here. See how you do. So I that's what I would do. Sure, get him somewhere and like, hey, let's see what you actually do. Don't sit on your tail, and think you done made a roster. Let's see you play.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it says here he is currently a free agent. Kahinde. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, A+ if we were to get this guy. So,
oh yeah, I don't think he'll be a guy with that kind of upside and versatility. I don't think we'll be there at our pick at 2, but I can only go by what I'm given on the many mocks I've done. He's there a fair amount.
and I will say we are looking at D tackle. The report today that Tavondre Sweat is looking at he's visiting with us, which I think is interesting because of all the stuff that's going on with Rashid right now. Bringing in a guy who had some trouble last week. I think it's interesting that we are meeting with him anyway. So
maybe it means we don't care about that. So bring on Jermaine Burton then, back in my second round mock.
I would love Tavondre Sweat. That'd be amazing. That would happen. I mean,
he's falling too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably why they brought him in. Like, he might fall on our lap. Sure.
On our board.
Yeah.
Everyone took him off. We're putting him on. Slap it on there.
He's gonna be okay. Yeah, we
We can maybe do this now.
Yeah.
On the Pro Football Talk tweet, because Florio reported that the Chiefs would be meeting with him. A bunch of the comments on there. Of course, the Chiefs are meeting with him. Yeah, of course, they don't care about that stuff.
Hey,
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.